So my first YouTube video was a 9-month review of this Gladiator, this diesel Gladiator. So I thought it'd be a good idea to come on now that it's been a year, actually 13 months, so a little over a year, and it's currently the first weekend in December here in Nebraska, and it's freaking cold. And I didn't want to write a script for this thing. I just thought I'd, off the cuff, one shot, hey, what if somebody asked me, what do you think of this Gladiator by now? What I would say is, so far, so good. I am liking it a lot. I know in the first video I commented on the DEF fluid. It's not really any worse. I think it works about the same. So I'm getting 3,000, 3,500 miles per jug of that DEF. So 2.5 gallons. Basically, I had just been driving it, and as soon as the DEF gets under half, I would put one of those 2.5 gallon jugs in and we'd be good to go. I think this summer, when I put that last video together, DEF was $9 or $10 for the 2.5 gallon jug, and it went up to 15. So that was not fun, but doing it every 3,000 miles or so, still feel like you could live with it. Mileage, by the way, I have I think almost 14,000 miles on this by now, and I had 10 or 11. I'll have to look, and it won't matter because this video will have been posted by then. But I kind of talked about the DEF jugs in the past tense because I discovered that the gas station down the street has an actual like fill up pump, and it's like $2.85. It's less than $3 per gallon. So I returned the 2 DEF jugs that I had piled up in the garage to Home Depot because they were 15 bucks a piece plus tax. So I'm bad at math, so I'm going to say that was $6 and something, which is a lot more expensive than that pump. So we're just going to be doing that from now on. Whenever I'm leaving town, that's the gas station I always stop and get a snack and a coffee at, so we'll just fill up the DEF too. So that is pretty slick. I like that change. The other annoying thing when the DEF filter needed to clear, I think that's only happened once. I have been doing a lot of driving around this summer, so that probably helped it clearing on its own. Somebody in the comments of one of my other videos mentioned that if you put the truck in 3rd gear and just drive around the block every now and then, that'll help keep it clear. So I haven't tried that yet, but I plan to see how that works. There was a big road trip this summer. My friends and I took this guy. We're in Nebraska, so we went over to Wyoming, through the Tetons and Yellowstone, and we went all the way up to basically the border with Canada and to Glacier National Park. If you haven't done either of those 3 places, I highly recommend it. They're all awesome. But the truck itself, I was a little worried about the derating, the overheating that I had read that some people experience with their diesel Jeeps, because 3/4 of the trip was up and down mountains. Wyoming, Montana, all mountains all the time. I had my 3 buddies. We had the inside packed. Some of us were bigger than others. We had the bed packed. We had some lightweight things stacked on top of the bed cover too. No derating, and this was in the middle of the summer. It was temps in the 90s, upper 80s the whole time. So that was awesome. I never lost power. It never seemed like it was overheating. The fuel mileage on the trip, I reset the computer before we left, and it said the total of the 3,800, 4,000 miles that we did that trip was like 24 point something. But when I actually put total gallons purchased and total miles driven, real math, according to a calculator, I used a calculator because I'm bad, said 27.5. And being at or over payload with all my friends and all our stuff, and going up and down mountains the whole time, getting 27.5 mpg, love that. That was very impressive. We were all stoked that it was that efficient. Now, diesel price has gone up a lot since the 1st of July when I reported that other video, and where I was pretty excited, thinking my price compared to gas for driving around was probably a wash or a little in my favor. I haven't done the math because with diesel being $1.50 to $2 more per gallon per gas right now, I don't want to know how bad I'm doing. I'm just praying someday that'll start to come down. Hopefully when stock across the country of all products catches up, diesel price will come down a little bit. But as far as performance goes and actual MPG are both great. I love the power this thing has. It's quick. The only time I get a little annoyed with it is there's a touch of turbo lag. Like if you're to stop pulling onto a street, it does take a couple seconds of, oh my gosh, are we gonna go? And then the turbo kicks in and you're off for the races. But I wish that turbo lag was gone. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about it. I might look into some aftermarket things at some point, probably after there's no warranty, if I'm gonna do anything like that. But that's the really only annoying thing is right now, diesel is expensive and a little bit of turbo lag is a little bit annoying. But when you're going, when you're moving, I think it more than makes up for that little bit of what feels like lack of power when you're first getting off the line. Because when you're on the highway going 75, 80 miles an hour, going up a hill, you look at the tach and it sits there right around 2,000. You start going uphill, it doesn't move. It doesn't move. It doesn't move. It doesn't downshift. It doesn't move. Oh, did I just hear the turbo whistle kick in? Yeah, the turbo's running. Tach hasn't moved. Truck hasn't downshifted. It just doesn't care. It goes where you want it to go. So that's been great. I only got to take it off-roading twice, both to Tuttle Creek this summer, and while it was super fun, man, the belly and the rear end sure got hung up on all kinds of stuff. If I could just get this thing off the ground a few more inches, I feel like it would be unstoppable. But man, it was scraped on a lot of stuff and it was kind of annoying. But we're getting close to getting a lift and tires on this thing. I actually ordered a lift kit in July from Quadratec. I still only have 3/4 of it. That has been a nightmare and a lot of drama back and forth. I think the last box is finally on the way, according to when I talked to him earlier this week. But that's not the first time I've been told that. So hopefully, and I'll put some pictures of the pile of stuff I've got out in the shed. Hopefully that'll be done soon. I went with the AEV 2.5-inch dual sport, which I've got a sort of unboxing video, which hopefully isn't clickbait because I don't have all of it. I did that earlier this year. So I got 2.5-inch from AEV. I went ahead and got their steering stabilizer too because I am going to put 37-inch tires. I went with Mickey Thompson Baja Legend EXP because, I don't know, I think they look cool. I'm probably a sucker for their commercials because all year I've been bombarded with, you got to buy Baja Legend EXP commercials on YouTube. So I hope that's not why. I totally love the tread design. A 37-inch Mickey Thompson's, 2.5-inch lift, which hopefully I don't have to do much to these front fenders that the Willis has, because they do sit lower than a Rubicon. So once I get to Tuttle Creek again with the lift and tires, we'll see if we need to do anything else fender wise or maybe bump stop wise. I don't know. What other updates? I went ahead and ordered, I wanted to fit a 37-inch bear into the back, so I bought Clayton's rear track bar, since it's got that bend in it, say that'll fit a 35. And while I was there, it was a Black Friday sale. I went ahead and ordered the front track bar too, because I've read conflicting reports about whether or not you can get a perfect alignment with AEV's 2.5-inch lift. Why are my dogs scratching at the door? Whether or not you get a perfect alignment with AEV's kit with the stock track bar. So I don't know. Clayton was having a sale, so I just ordered the front one there while that was on their site too. So more to come. I will be filming the entire process of getting the lift, the track bars, all of that installed. So hopefully that'll be a helpful video for somebody who orders the 2.5-inch diesel kit from AEV in the future. Hopefully that video comes out well. So anyway, that's my 1 year review. It's been great. My complaints from before. Go away, dogs. I'm almost done. My complaints from before mostly alleviated. Not really annoyed by the diesel filter clearing. DEF is even cheaper because I found a nice pump. I just wish diesel itself was cheaper. I will say I'm a little concerned that Jeep has discontinued the diesel engine, and since it was only in these trucks for a couple years, if I do keep this truck long term, which hasn't been my history, but I'm trying to change my ways and be a little more financially responsible. If I keep this truck long term, I hope there's still going to be support for it in the future. And if it does need any mechanical maintenance, that I'm going to be able to get it fixed easily. So anyway, there you go. There's my 1 year, my 13 month, more than a year, 14,000 mile review of the diesel Gladiator. More fun to come. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. What is going on out here? Can I not have 10 minutes to myself to record a video, please? What? You have something to say, Oliver? I guess I should just let you guys come in the garage. Yeah, you two are the best boys. You want to come in? All right, come on, come on. Come on in. You coming, Oliver? Oh, fluff boys.